Well, I also noticed you did a song with Nipsey.
For sure.
How'd all that come together?
Me and Nip have been planning on working for a while. Nip, man, when I first met Nip, man, was at this, I think it was a sneaker convention. Nip walked up to me, had 100 of his homies with me, and just came up to me, man, and greeted me unlike any other artist that I ever ran into, and showed the amount of respect and homage and love for my craft that he showed me was unmatched, and it really that was the first. As I look back on it now, you know, Nip was a little different than the rest of these. That niggas be talking, they just be talking it. But Nip was really about that though. If Nip said he support niggas and want to see niggas shine, he meant that, and he meant it more than the average person mean when they say it. You know what I mean? Nip was a real dude. Didn't have no hate in him, man. That nigga was a real dude, and he told me that he wanted to work with me in the beginning, and it took us a while to get to it. But me and Nip end up coming back around each other by sharing some producers. I was working with some producers at the time, Mike and Keys. It was the Futuristics at the time. They was being managed, they still managed, or was being managed by my big homie, Big Reese from San Diego. Everybody know Big Reese. And shit, man, I was grinding it out with them. I even had built a studio at my house in Malibu just for the Futuristics to work. We was trying to put this team together, you know, with a few artists I had. I had like 4 or 5 artists from San Diego, and we was gonna work with the Futuristics. And we had a couple studios over the couple years trying to get it right. But in the process of that and then working on my album, they met Nipsey. And so from us having a studio and then Nip fucking with the Futuristics, then we got a studio together. And a lot of the shit I had and I was working on and my whole crew was working on got put on halt based upon this meeting of the Futuristics and Nip. Because from that point on, it basically was all Nip after that. So we had big plans to do a lot of shit at the time. But when the Futuristics met Nip, they turned into the soul, I mean the foundation of Nip's sound and whole production crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, they the ones that put together all them last projects and shit, you know what I mean? And so just over the time of us being around, you know what I'm saying? And I knew it was important for the Futuristics to fuck with them. So I kind of fell back and just let that relationship between them build. And that's all where them great songs with Nip came from. But it was basically, a lot of that shit was basically my sound. You feel me? Straight up, because them was my producers. And so then when they met Nip, they was doing that, you know? And it was the shit that he was making with him was incredible, you know what I'm saying? I sat around and fucked with him and came in the studio one day when Nip was just Nip used to spend a lot of time at the computer and shit, really just studying mostly. You know what I'm saying? I never really be there and Nip just be a straight studio head working all the time. That motherfucker be on the computer learning some shit or reading about something or history or political shit or new music shit or whatever the fuck it was, but seldom just in there like the average artist just working in the studio all the time. And so I think it was a period where Nip wasn't working, and I just came in the lab one day from Dago. Studio was over there in North Hollywood. I was like, "What's up, Nip? Let's knock something out." He said, "Fuck it, let's go." We went in the box and came out in an hour, and everybody that was in the studio had just came back and was looking what they jaws dropped like, "What you do, Slick? How you get him to get in there? That nigga ain't recorded in like 3-4 months." So I ain't do shit. I just told him, "Let's get down." And he got down. Me and Nip got down like that. I tell a lot of Nip stories, but it's not because I was with Nip every day all the time. My big bro Reese was with Nip every day all the time. But the times that we was together, the times was so educational and influential on, you know, both our shit. Cause I get shit from him, he'll get shit from me. We used to talk a lot about street shit, homie, and political street shit. Cause this shit be crazy doing this rap shit when you from one of these neighborhoods out here, homie. It's a lot of bullshit that come along with it. And you always hear about Nip shit. You always hear about my shit. But me and him would spar about that type of shit, you know what I mean? He'll wonder how I did certain shit. And I'll be like, "Damn, nigga, how you get away with that?" Did certain shit. And in basically situations like the situation where Nip, you know, was killed. that's the type of shit we be talking about. Being in the hood, having a business in the hood, you know, being on this and interviewing here and being around these niggas and shit like that. But we talked about important shit the time we was around each other. So I don't say it like I was with Nip every day, but then it wasn't like I never wasn't with Nip. But I talk about him so much because the time we was together, we was talking about real shit that I really couldn't talk to with nobody else. You know what I mean?
You guys related on another level that other people couldn't really. If you weren't a rapper and
a real homie,
so,
rapper, real homie. It's a lot of rappers from their hoods. It's a lot of rappers that, you know, grew up from their hood or from the gang. But when you like in the center of your neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, center of the homies, it's center of the political shit going on in the neighborhood, it's a little different. It's a lot different, actually. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers expect a lot more out of you.
Well, man, I think that's about it, man. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah. We did a decent one.
Yeah, man, this was dope, man. A lot of things. I think a lot of stuff that the fans didn't know. You know, I appreciate you, you know, taking the time, man.
Good seeing you, homie.
Yeah, for sure.
I got a lot of more shit going on. We might have more shit to talk about soon.
That's what's up. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, we got the this movie I'm in with Chris Brown and Birdman and Nick Cannon finna come out too and shit. And right now I'm working on the soundtrack. I got some songs coming out on that soundtrack. It's gonna be coming out on Cash Money and shit. Shout out to the homeboy Nick and this new movie we got coming out. She Ball, the song I got on there right now, is produced by the homie Trey Bug. We in here working on it in the next room as we speak, homie. So you know, stay around and get a bar.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, man.
You already know.